are you aware that the tax that is coming, they said whether you are doing illegal or illegal business, you pay tax.
Are you guys aware? From 2027, even kidnappers, even if you be armed robber, just pay your tax first. After you don't pay the tax, we'll settle the rest. Una dey aware? Why won't this encourage more kidnapping? Why won't this encourage more insecurity? Why won't this encourage more abnormality? Why won't this encourage our young people to delve more into, many abnormality and criminality? Jagaban, he came to finish Nigeria. Bata bata. Like and share this video so that we can plan ahead. No hope. What if that Jagaban is after? Just bring the money, just bring the task. He not care again. He not care. Upon the insecurity ravage every part of Nigeria, he had the cause to come out and lie and say yes, he has won against insecurity. The best you will do now, please like this video before you watch it, please, so that Facebook and YouTube can recommend it. Share this video and please watch to the end. Hear it for yourself.
Moses, are you aware that the tax that is coming, they said whether you are doing illegal or illegal business, you pay tax. Did you hear that? Whether you are doing illegal or legal business, you will pay tax on it. So, prostitute, over to you. What are you doing? You are asking our children to enter into that business. Can you just imagine a government that wants to move forward? The kind of thing that is coming from their mouth because you want to tax everybody. Nothing to hold on to.
The president spoke about taxes. He said it's not to further burden the people, but to expand the tax net and ensure that everyone that is taxable pays tax.
So this is how they fund it, Abi?
Well, he also started his speech by saying that he knows that naysayers will contradict some of the things that he put out there. And I don't know, Barrister, are you a naysayer?
In fact, I am a naysayer 10 times. I am a naysayer 10 times. Mr. David, Mr. We have been deceived so much by these people. Since APC came into our, I told you they hijacked Nigeria. Right. This is not our culture. Insecurity. What is that covenant the APC had with these terrorists that they don't want to tell us? They gave you names about terrorizing Nigeria. Up to today, they have Buhari did not mention their name. Tinubu did not mention their name. So what is going on? Okay. But whenever they want to catch crews, they will look for somebody in the southeast. IPOP.
Okay.
IPOP, Indigenous People of Biafra. Is that a terrorist organization?
All right, let's move this conversation to Ambassador Roy.
If people have selected or elected you and put you into office, or you forced yourself on them, either way, you are the president today. Your job, primary job, is to improve the lives of the people that you have come to lead. Your job is not to tell us how things are. We should tell you how things are. So it is not for the president to tell us that we have turned the corner and things are now getting better. Excuse me, Mr. President, things are not getting better.
But do you expect the president to talk about the negative things?
No, they're not negative.
Of course he would.
Moses, those things are not negative. They are realities.
Okay.
Let's not cast them positive, negative, so that we now say, oh, you have to be positive about Nigeria. There's nothing like that. Those things are psychological programming tools. The reality is that for the average Nigerian today, life is hard.
Yes.
Life is tough.
I like that.
And the president cannot tell us that because we have now achieved 4%, 4.23% GDP, we have turned the corner. Or because inflation is coming down to 22%, well, 20%, we have turned the corner. Or that the exchange rate has stabilized at 1,500 in the last 6 months, we have turned the corner. We have to remind ourselves that exchange rate was 197 naira just 3 years ago. And that as at that time, we can calculate the price, the cost of living. There's a cost of living index. Those are realities. I don't think that the president did he did himself credit with that speech. Yeah. Yes, I don't expect the president to come and say things are bad. Oh, my fellow Nigerians, things are terrible. No. But the point is that the president must remain, if he is genuine about his intention to lead Nigeria to where we ought to be, then he can't be trying to paint a rosy picture. Nobody, look, if I listened to that speech, I told you I had to shake my head and wake myself up and tell myself, no, this is a lie. I had to remind myself, because as I was listening to it, I was getting sucked in, especially because I am financially intelligent. You know, I'm an economist, I'm a financial professional. So when I'm listening to those numbers, the temptation is to say, wow, we have really done well. So I needed to wake myself up and say, oh God, they're lying to you, wake up. You know, so now the point is, the president must understand that his job is to make lives better, not to post good numbers. He is a politician, so he wants to say these nice things because of the next election. But they're not the truth. There's nothing wrong with the president saying, I understand that this is this, this is this, this is this, painting the reality, and then telling us the concrete steps that they continue to take to make those things better. Look, another example of the gaslighting approach to this speech. The president says we have, you know, this is 65 years of independence. And then he's painting us a picture of 1960 versus 2025, the 65 years. And he lists the number of universities. He says, oh, we had one. Now we have 237 universities, 230 something technical colleges and something colleges of education. Is that progress? Is that how you count progress? Because as at that time, Nigeria's population was about 19 million.
Exactly.
Today we are 230 million.
Exactly.
So if you do a institution per capita,
Exactly.
then you will know first whether you have made progress in terms of number of institutions per citizen. That's
Exactly.
one.
And
But,
standard.
but far more critically is that what is the quality of the education and what is the impact it is having on your people that is making them more productive to create a prosperous nation. So you will now look at the HDI indicators. Where were we in 1960 in terms of literacy level? Where were we in 1960 in terms of technical education and the quality of the people, the engineers that we're putting out? And where are we today? Our HDI score is one of the worst in the world. We're just sitting in the middle. They call it mid-table mediocrity. We're just somewhere in the 70 rank, and we have been there for decades. Those are the realities that the president ought to be concerning himself with and telling us programs that will shift the needle significantly in those areas, because those are the realities. You know, you talk about the rail lines that we are putting in place, you talk about the roads that you are putting in place, the Lagos Calabar, misplaced priority, Sokoto to Badagry to Sokoto. What about the roads that people are traveling from Lagos? You know, there are so many horrible roads where people are losing man hours all over the country, especially in the southeast and the south of Nigeria. Okay. You know, so those things, so sorry, Moses. So those things are things that the president needs to focus on. Tell us how many kilometers, for example, of rail line we had when he came on board. It's been 3 years. How many kilometers do we have now? You know, that he has added in that time. That's how to measure progress. So, Mr. President, thank you. You did a good job. You almost got me, but I woke up.
How do you make such a speech without dwelling seriously on insecurity? Mr. Okura Moses, do you remember that whenever any president is being sworn in, he swore to protect life and property? That is the major issue they came to do to the people. To protect life and property. If you have failed on this particular major duty, please, what other progress are you talking about? Look at Nigeria. We are now sharing governance with the terrorists. And nobody thinks it is important. So, how can you make progress where there is insecurity? Mention one particular country in the whole wide world where you have ever made progress with insecurity, bedeviling you. It can never happen. So all this speech is all about deceit, because it is not possible for Nigeria to make progress with this insecurity. It's not possible. It can never happen. Except the president addressing this insecurity, he's wasting his time. Next year, he will still do another speech. But he will not tell Nigerians why the government is sharing power with terrorists. Sharing power. They now decide what to do and what not to do. They tell Nigerian government what they want and they will comply. They give you their names. You can't even pronounce it. President Tinubu was quick to mention IPOB and ESN in the 30s. But these other people did not. He didn't call their names out. He had never, since he came into office, these Fulani headsmen that are terrorizing farmers, he had never called out their name one day. Can you compare IPOB and what they are fighting for and what the people are doing to us? Can you compare it? So when you have not identified the problem, how can you solve it? How can you solve it? Every year, the same rhetorics. The same rhetorics. You want to. What have you done exactly that you can go to market and say, yes, this thing, we can see it. You remove fuel subsidy. Where is the result? Are you not still borrowing money? So what is this thing that every time they will write speeches to deceive Nigerians? You brought a NEP fund and the universities increased their school fees. So the gain of the NEP fund was taken away. You give me by the right hand and you collect it with the left hand. Oh, well. So what is that thing that you and I can take to the bank and say, yes, this thing is working?
Tinubu should stop being a good politician. Rather, he should be good. He should be a good leader. This is the work of a good leader. A good leader is to create a future and walk into that future by living by example. The president today also said we should patronize Nigerian-made goods.
Right.
The Mercedes-Benz he used as we speak is a Nigerian product. The president attend Nigerian medical centers. See, politicians want you to go, he wants you to do what he tells you to do. Why a leader wants you to do what he does? This is the problem. And this is also why I also blame Nigeria. We will not be able to choose between a leader and a politician. So today's president's speech, it was a very good write-up compared to where we are coming from for the other two Independence Day write-up. No one was a doctor, was a recorded speech. Well, one, he tried. Today, I think they are moving, but they've not been able to tie the reality on ground to the speech. The government has two major responsibilities.
Right.
The security and the welfare of the people.
Protection of life and property, yes.
While the citizens also have two major responsibilities. Your tax obligation is a responsibility.
Right.
And your ability to also agree to vote is also a responsibility. Okay. Voting is an obligation of the citizen. So, as the citizen done their own part of the bargain, the answer is yes. We voted. How the result goes is a different ball game, but we voted. Are we also paying our tax? The answer is yes. Has government done their own side of the bargain? The answer is no. So, if all your speech is not capturing these two lines simultaneously, it's faulty.
But then, to be fair on the president, he did reaffirm that his government's commitment to tackling threats and empowering young Nigerians is paramount. Isn't that what
empowering people is different from tackling insecurity? We want to see a tactical plan on how to deal with insecurity. As we speak, are you aware that our sister, one of our neighbor from our sister company, Rise, died yesterday?
Yes, I'm fully aware.
You are fully aware?
Yes.
1 lead to her death. An armed robbery case that occurred in their building. Why the armed robbery case? People are hungry.